Hello, everyone, and welcome to Tabor Talk. So, what an absolute disgrace yesterday was, the deplorables storming the Capitol. But I have to say, is anyone surprised? Is anyone surprised about this? I have been, oh, my cat, no, Bluebell. I have been blogging about this and doing videos for 5 years. 2015, I said, this guy is dangerous. Dangerous. I even blogged about the parallels, with Hitler. Sorry for the interruption. We have 5 cats here, and they sometimes jump around and jump on my keyboard and everything. All right, so getting back into this. By the way, that the 25th Amendment should be invoked. He should be removed immediately and really taken away, put in jail. This guy has removed and put in prison for the rest of his life. And I'm telling you what, I'm not really a death penalty guy, but for someone like a monster like Donald Trump, I'd be 100% for it. So finally, Joe Biden comes out strong, torches Trump. This is what I've been waiting for. I'm going to play a little bit of this. I'll put the whole press conference in the comment section here, but here's a little bit here. And I'm just going to hold up my phone. I'm not going to download it. I think people prefer this anyway. It's not too bad. Ready? There's a New York Times pop-up. Let me turn this up.
You're all going to have a lot of questions.
Let me move this up here.
But I want to focus on the issue today, the judiciary, as well as we're talking about.
Let me pause this. It's a little bright here. I'm going to turn the brightness down so we could see this better. Okay. Again, I'm going to put the whole thing in the comments section, but I just want to show you this and I'll talk for a minute. Here we go.
And so I'll have plenty of time to ask the questions I know you desperately want to ask about everything from 25th Amendment on, but I'm not going to speak to that today. I want this to be the issue that we focus on because I think it's so important. Yesterday, in my view, one of the darkest days in the history of our nation. An unprecedented assault on our democracy. An assault literally on the citadel of liberty in the United States Capitol itself. An assault on the rule of law. An assault on the most sacred of American undertakings. Ratifying the will of the people in choosing the leadership of their government. All of us here grieve the loss of life, grieve the desecration of the people's house. But what we witnessed yesterday was not dissent, it was not disorder, it was not protest, it was chaos. They weren't protesters. Don't dare call them protesters. They were a riotous mob, insurrectionists, domestic terrorists. It's that basic, it's that simple. And I wish we could say we couldn't see it coming. But that isn't true. We could see it coming.
Put this here.
The past 4 years, we've had a president who's made his contempt for our democracy, our Constitution.
I'm sorry about that. I hit the wrong button. Again, I'm going to put the whole thing here in the comments section. Let me just enlarge this as well. Okay, here we go.
The rule of law, clear in everything he has done. He unleashed an all-out assault on our institutions of our democracy from the outset. And yesterday was but the culmination of that unrelenting attack. He's attacked the free press, who dared to question his power, repeatedly calling the free press the enemy of the people. Language
all dictators use that language.
And I and others said has long been used by autocrats and
100%.
dictators all over the world to hold on to power, the enemy of the people. Language that is being used now by autocrats and dictators across the world, only this time with the imperator of an outgoing president of the United States of America. He's attacked our intelligence services, who dared tell the American people the truth about the effort of a foreign power to elect him 4 years ago, choosing instead to believe the word of Vladimir Putin over the word of those who've sworn their allegiance to this nation, many of whom had risked their lives in the service of this nation. He deployed the United States military, tear gassing peaceful protesters in pursuit of a photo opportunity in the service of his reelection, even holding the Bible upside down. The action that led to an apology from the chairman.
This guy has to be removed and put in fucking jail.
Denunciation.
Put in fucking jail.
Military
and like I said, even perhaps invoking the death penalty. The worst. Think how dangerous this guy is.
Secretaries of Defense, led by Secretary Cheney. He thought he could stack the courts with friendly judges who would support him no matter what. They were Trump judges, his judges. He went so far as to say he needed 9 justices on the Supreme Court because he thought the election would end up in the Supreme Court and they would hand him the election. He was stunned.
Because he's a fucking idiot.
When the judges he appointed
he just doesn't get it.
Instead acted with integrity, following the Constitution.
Hey, here's one of my cats. I love this guy, Shiloh. Well, he wants to go.
Not just once or twice or 3 times, but over 60 times. Let me say it, over 60 times. In more than 60 cases.
It's incredible.
State after state after state. And then at the Supreme Court.
Let me just pause this for a second. And just common sense. I mean, we know it's all bullshit, all these lawsuits and everything, but to say like the election was rigged and stolen, and like why and how? Like, just try to think about that. And if there was any shred of evidence, you think there'd be, like, you know, like I said, the 60 lawsuits, 0 for 60 with Trump-appointed judges. You know, the whole thing is just preposterous. Let's just say, listen, no one hates me. That's something Donald Trump would say. No one hates me. Listen, let me phrase it this way. No one that I know dislikes, or you could use the word hate, hates Trump more than me. But if you were to say to Mike, like, would you be willing to break the law or to throw democracy out the window and, you know, legal elections to get rid of Trump? I would say no, absolutely not. You know, like, who is going to do this? It's just preposterous. Let me just continue and I'll talk for a few minutes. Here we go.
Quote, his judges, Trump judges, use his words, looked at the allegations that Trump was making and determined they were without any merit. Nothing was judged to put this election in question or doubt by any of these judges. You want to understand the importance of democratic institutions in this country? Take a look at the judiciary in this nation. Take a look at the pressure it was just subjected to by a sitting president of the United States of America. At every level, the judiciary rose to the moment during this election, did its job, acted with complete fairness and impartiality, with complete honor and integrity. When history looks back in this moment that we've just passed through, I believe it will say our democracy survived in no small part because of the men and women who represent an independent judiciary in this nation.
All right, I'm going to put the rest in the comment section. You know what's silly? Like, look at how well-spoken and powerful Joe Biden is. Remember all the talk, like Joe Biden has dementia? It's so stupid. It's all bullshit. You know, like, he's not the most powerful. I mean, I don't want to get into this now about Joe Biden. The whole thing was just a bunch of lies, the whole thing. So I'll put this in the comment section. I'm like, okay, about 9 minutes in. And this is pretty exciting in terms of, not exciting is not the right word, but something. I mean, I know there are only 15 days left, 14 days, but, you know, either remove him and put him in jail now or wait, and then we'll see what happens. But what do you people think? Death penalty? Life imprisonment? Like, listen, life imprisonment is good enough for me. But obviously, hey, and you think about this country putting to death traitors, right? In the 50s, the Rosenbergs, right? The husband and wife, the United States put them to death for treason, right? This guy's way worse. Way, way worse. So there you go. All right. Good friends, good books, and a sleepy conscience. I got kratom on my mouth. I apologize. People who don't like me criticize. You know, they're just being mean. They're just awful people. So people who are mean and jealous. There you go. Deplorables. Okay. Good friends, good books, and a sleepy conscience. Peace, love, and understanding here on Tabor Talk.